Good morning, everyone. So I'm just opening the meeting or the class just a little bit early to give you a chance to get organized and comfortable. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Karen. Morning, Kathy. Hi, Ricky. Nicole. Oh, I'm tight today. All right, so I hope you're having a great morning already. If you're like me, you didn't get up that long ago. So just let me know that you can see me and hear me. All right, awesome. Morning. Thanks, Nicole, for letting me know. Okay, so it's super bright and sunshiny this morning, which is really nice, although it's cool. So I flip my orientation around in the living room here. Good morning, so that I don't get so much light on me, which has its challenges. So feel free to send me a message and let me know if what you're seeing is difficult, right? So in other words, I know I have all these strange things, including a picture over top of the window there, but the backlight is a bit of a problem. All right, so having said that, I'm gonna go through some of the usuals, which is today, Saturdays are for movement. Good morning, Kathy. Saturdays are for movement in my mind. So I think it's really great to warm yourself up on a Saturday. I know these are not usual weeks for us right now, so maybe Saturday doesn't feel like a Saturday, but I'm still treating it like a Saturday. So, and York Region forests are open, so that's always nice. So today, I'm still going to teach to a level 1, and I'm going to give you some extra options to maybe intensify it a bit. And then you can go ahead and you can take it where you would like it. I'm going to do my best to call the modifications and show the modifications so that we can all have the practice that suits us, not just for our life, but for the day today, the day that we're showing up to practice. Perfect. You like the new setup. Okay, great. Again, if you're just joining me, I'm a big fan of having blocks in practice. So blocks don't have to be yoga blocks, although aren't those wonderful? The intention of a block, of course, is just to bring the ground up to you so it uncompacts the back of your body. So you can use 2 equally sized books, of course, or you can use tin cans, or you can use anything that allows you to bring space up to you. So if you find yourself in tight hamstrings in the back of your back body, then having a nice soft bend in your knees and finding space through blocks, whether it's on tented fingertips or flat down onto your palm, up to you, right? So a lot of times if we're like this, bending our knees, having some space up here, just open things up for us. So I encourage you to find something that you can use for that. Also wondering where I put, also, I don't use them a lot, but I know people who love to have yoga straps. And a yoga strap, of course, is just anything that lengthens your arms. And so any of the forward folds, having a yoga strap, having a house coat tie, having a long belt is really nice. And the one thing that I am going to encourage, of course, everybody to have is to have a nice small folded blanket for a couple reasons. It's, of course, nice to drape over you. I'm a little chilly this morning, so starting off with this over top of you or finishing your class off with a folded blanket over top of you. This is something you can place under your knees when you're down on your hands and knees. You can also fold it underneath your sitting bones to allow your pelvis to rock forward again to get out of the compression in the lower back. So that's always an option for you too. We have about 5 minutes until we start. So what I would say is find a nice, comfortable position on your back. I'm not going to be playing any music this morning, so you can definitely do that on your end. Nobody wants to hear something they don't like, so I'll let you do that for yourself. And an option for you, if you have a towel or a blanket, is to roll the blanket up so that you have a nice soft roll, something like this, and you can place it in alignment with your spine when you lie back, so that when you lie back, your body drapes itself open over top of a rolled up blanket. So that's an option for you. The way I rolled it probably wasn't ideal. I would roll it this way so it's a little bit longer. And it just gives the subtle and gentle opening through the shoulder blades. This would probably work better, okay? So using a nice rolled up blanket in alignment with your spine all the way up. Has lots of bend, lots of give, lots of ease. I don't know if Bodhi's going to be practicing with us this morning. Amazing. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lana. Good morning, Mary. I love these mother-daughter meetups. Hi, Dawn. And just to encourage you to reach out to me. Obviously, this is not like a typical yoga class. We can't walk around. I can't do any assists or help your particular alignment. I know it's difficult. We have to use our internal compass to see where our body is in space. And sometimes someone else can see something that we can't see. So it is nice sometimes to just turn up the volume in our own consciousness and just try and feel our way forward in our own yoga practice. The only way we get hurt in yoga is if we aren't listening to ourselves. So although I'll be in the background doing this, ultimately you get to be in control of how you move your body. So please, sure, listen to me, but mostly listen to yourself. Pain is never necessary or recognized or recommended, is what I meant to say in yoga. So if you have pain, that's a really good sign from your body that you're in a position that your body's not ready for or doesn't like, and that is up to you to change it. So tension is one thing, you just have to ride the line. So when we stretch a muscle, of course, we can feel the tension of the fibers, but I want you to keep the intensity where you need it. Mary, your heart's in it today? Perfect, mine is too. I just opened the door in here so I could get some natural light. It's a little bit cool. Good morning, Jennifer. Mickey, Robin, Shelley, amazing. Okay, so if you're just joining me right now, please find a nice place on your back. Good morning, Karen. So roll onto your back in Shavasana. Take your feet nice and wide. Let your feet just flop out to the side. Give a real gentle tuck of your shoulder blades underneath your back body. Roll open the front of your shoulder heads. Let your palms open up to the sky. And close your eyes. Just let the buzz of your body settle and calm. Take any tension out of your jaw. Soften the wrinkles on your forehead. And start to breathe gently, no real energy to it, in and out through your nose. In yoga, we practice something called Ujjayi breathing, which is a warming breath. And it's a breath that comes in through the nose and out through the nose. And there's a real gentle constriction at the back of your throat. So it almost sounds like an ocean, or almost like Darth Vader is practicing on your yoga mat in the morning. And Ujjayi breathing is not something we do in Shavasana, but it's something we do as we start to move our bodies, and it becomes like a metronome And the idea is that you pair your breath with your movement. So there'll be times in the yoga practice where I'm cueing breath, but ultimately I want you to cue your motions, your movement of your body with your breath. Practicing Ujjayi breathing, allowing your body to warm up from the inside with the heat of your own breath. It's barely audible. If someone was practicing beside you or behind you, they would hear your breath and you would hear theirs. Good morning, everyone. How lovely to have. We have 20 people on this morning, 21, amazing. So although we're not together, we are together practicing. Morning, Ricky. Perfect. So continuing to breathe in and out. Arriving on your yoga mat this morning. And starting to warm up your body. Placing your hands down on your belly, elbows resting on the ground. Start to send your breath a little bit further down, breathing right into your belly. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through your nose. Softening the fibers of your abdominals, feeling your belly rise into the palms of your hands. Three more cycles of breath. And bringing your feet together, starting to press out through your toe pads towards the front of your mat and reach your arms up over top of your head, interlace your palms, flip your palms away, stretching out through your fingertips, pressing out through your toes and exhaling through your mouth. One more deep breath in, pressing through your toes, reaching through your fingertips, and exhaling through your mouth. Drawing one knee into your chest, followed by the other. And wrapping your arms around the front of your shins, gently pressing your knees towards your armpits, and giving it a little rock from side to side. Keeping your head rested back on the mat. Holding onto your right knee, stretching your left leg long, all the way down onto the mat. And then stretching your right foot all the way up towards the ceiling. Option to take your hands interlaced behind the back of your leg, whether it's the back of your thigh or the back of your shin. Holding on to whatever you can hold on to, flex your right foot, and then point your toe back and forth, drawing your toes towards you, and then pointing them up towards the ceiling. And if you feel like this is too much stretch onto your lower body, option to bend your left knee, placing the sole of your left foot on the ground. Back and forth, like you're stepping onto the ceiling, and then pointing your toes. Coming to stillness and doing a few revolutions with your ankle, clockwise, and then counterclockwise. Stilling your foot, flexing your foot like you're stepping on the ceiling and slowly drawing your toes towards your face. Let there be some motion. Keeping your lower back on the ground. And bending your right knee any amount so that you're not overstretching the back of your hamstring. Maybe reaching up a little higher on the back of your leg. Interlacing your hands behind your back of your leg. And then drawing your forehead up towards your knee. So bending your elbows. And then option to hover your left leg off the ground. Go a little higher. And then relaxing your left leg down and releasing your body back down onto the ground. Bend your right knee, draw it in a little closer to your belly. And then bend your left knee if it isn't already, and figure four your right ankle over top of your left thigh. Reaching through, taking hold behind the left thigh and drawing your left knee towards you. Flexing both your feet. An option to gently press your right knee out away from your body, feeling the stretch all the way down the outside of your right thigh into your right lower back. One more deep breath in, lengthening your tailbone towards the front of your mat. And then releasing your left leg down and drawing both knees back into your chest. Squeezing in just a little bit tighter, rocking from side to side. Holding onto your left knee, lengthen your right leg out all the way to the ground, flexing both your feet. Followed by lengthening your left leg up towards the ceiling and taking hold of this leg wherever you're most comfortable. Start to flex and extend your toes, pointing and drawing your toes towards your face. Bending your left knee any amount to take the pressure off the back of the hamstring. Now starting to draw circles clockwise and counterclockwise with your ankle. And now start to draw your toes a little closer towards your face. An option to bend your right leg if that's more comfortable. Now walk your hands a little higher up your leg and start to flex your upper body, bringing your forehead towards your leg. Option to hover your right leg off the ground, bend your elbows, draw it just a little closer. Breathing deep. And then release your body back to the ground, bend your right knee, place the sole of your foot on the ground and figure four your left leg on top of your right thigh and reaching through to the back of your right thigh, drawing your right thigh towards you. Breathing deep into your belly and creating a little opening through the left hip by gently pressing the left knee away from you. Flex both your feet. One more deep breath in. Releasing your left thigh away and then drawing both your knees back into your chest. Bring them all the way across to both of your armpits. Lots of opening in your belly. And rock back and forth from side to side. Release your feet to the mat, roll onto your side, and just press your body back up. And come around, sitting up in a nice cross-legged seated position. So placing one leg in front of the other, whatever way is most comfortable for you. And just taking note which shin is in front. Placing your arms out to the side. Inhale your palms up to the ceiling. Looking up any amount. Option to bring your palms together. Exhaling, bringing your palms to heart center. Interlacing your hands in front of your heart. flipping your palms away, pressing forward, chin to chest, arching back through your shoulder blades, letting your pelvis roll back. Inhale, sweeping your arms up over top of your head, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, palms together, all the way back down. Keep going. Interlace your hands, flip your palms away, pressing out forward through your fingers, chin to chest, arching all the way through the shoulder blades. Inhaling, sweeping them up. Option to look up. Exhale, palms down through heart center. Keep going. Interlace your hands, pressing forward, scooping through your belly. Inhaling all the way up, feeling the articulations all the way through your spine. Exhale, hands back down. One more time. Pressing forward, hips go back. Inhale, reaching your palms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming forward, starting to walk your fingertips forward. Going all the way forward as far as you can. So reaching forward through the fingertips on tented fingers. At the same time, pressing back through your sits bones, releasing your head between your biceps. Feeling a stretch all the way down through your back body. Flattening your back as best you can. One more deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Walking your fingertips back. And then placing your hands behind you, fingertips facing towards you. I'm just going to spin so you can see me a bit more. Fingertips back behind you. Uncross your legs, placing your feet out in front of you, hip distance apart. Pressing firmly into your feet and your hands, lifting your pelvis up. Any amount into reverse table, and option to not allow your head to go back any amount. So just lift your gaze to the ceiling, pressing into your hands, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips for one more breath. And then exhale all the way down. Let your pelvis reach the ground, and then cross your legs with the opposite shin in front. And for most of us, that will be the awkward one. One more time, arms up, reach up. Hands together, all the way down through heart center, pressing forward, chin to chest. Inhale, sweeping your arms up, finding the space. Exhale, hands all the way down. One more time, keep going, pressing forward, hips go back. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands all the way to heart center, walking your fingertips out. Finding the space all the way through your pelvis, breathing deeply into your back body, releasing your head between your bicep, pressing back through your sitting bones, reaching forward through your fingertips, finding the length. Deep breath into your back body, exhaling out. Walking your fingertips back, going back into reverse table. Pressing your fingertips, reaching them towards you, feet hip distance apart. Inhaling, pressing down, lifting your pelvis, looking a little bit higher up. Breathing deep into your abdomen, feeling your legs. One more breath. And exhale, bringing it all the way down. Crossing your ankles, rolling over top, coming into tabletop position. Wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhaling your right hand forward, thumb up, palm facing in. At the same time, press back to your left leg. Flexing your left foot, raising your left leg all the way to hip distance. One long line from the back of your left heel all the way to your middle finger on your right hand. Rest your gaze directly in front of you, a couple inches, reaching out a little bit more. And then exhale, right elbow to left knee, curling in. Inhale, reaching forward, reaching back. Keep going, curling in, and then all the way back. 3 more times. Big ball, and reaching forward, extending as far as you can. Keep going, 2 more. Arching through the shoulder blades. Last one, holding it in. Bringing your knee a little bit closer to your chest. Curve your forehead in just a little bit more, and then reaching back out. Releasing your feet, your knee down to the ground, and your right hand down to the ground. Pressing firmly into your right hand and your left shin. Inhale, your left arm forward, and your right leg back. Finding the space. Feeling each one of the muscles of your right leg engaging. Bringing your heel as high as your pelvis, but not any higher. Reaching forward through the left fingertips, thumb up, palm in. Exhale, curling in. Left knee, right elbow, right. Left elbow, right knee. Stretching forward, curling in. Keep going at your own pace. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to curl in. 2 more. And 1 more. Holding the last one in. Curling in just a little more, arching through your shoulder blades. Chin to chest. And then reaching forward and releasing all the way down. Knees apart, feet together. Let your hips come all the way back into child's pose. Reaching your fingertips forward and resting your forehead on the mat. Taking a deep breath into your lower belly. Gentle sway from side to side with your pelvis. So this is child's pose, and this is a pose that I will sometimes cue in yoga, in your yoga flow, but this is a pose that you can come back to at any point. So when you want to center yourself, if you want to keep your, reduce the intensity of your breath, take a moment. You don't need to wait for me to cue it. You can come back into child's pose at any time. When your knees are apart and your feet are together and you rest down, you'll feel the opening through your lower back. If you bring your knees together and your feet together, you'll feel the stretch and the opening between your shoulder blades. More active when you have your hands reaching out in front of you. But if your shoulders are getting nice and are getting overworked or you feel tension, then just walk your hands back behind you. Let your palms come towards the ceiling and just rest there. Coming forward, place your hands forward, tucking your toes, and coming up back into tabletop position. So pressing firmly into your left hand, inhaling your right arm up and over top of your head, pressing down into your left hand, reaching up with your right fingertips, exhaling, hovering, and bringing your right arm right underneath your left elbow to hover on the ground. Inhale, back up, sweep it up, reach up. Exhale all the way through. Keep going. Inhaling, sweep the right arm right up. Exhale, this time bring it all the way through and release your right hand to the mat, resting on your right temple, coming onto your left fingertips, or inhaling your left arm directly up and over top of your head. Feeling your ribcage open up, feeling the stretch through your pelvis. Exhale, left hand down, pressing into your left palm, coming back to tabletop. Firmly rooting into your left arm, this time your right arm, this time inhaling your left arm up and over top of your head, feeling the opening. Exhale all the way through to hover. Inhale, sweeping up, opening up. Exhale all the way through. Inhale, this time go a little broader. Exhale all the way through, releasing the back of your left hand to the mat, resting on your left temple, coming onto your right fingertips, or inhaling your right arm up and over top of your head. Breathing deep. Exhale, bring your right hand down, pressing back into tabletop. Getting ready to go into downward facing dog. So making sure that your hands are a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Every one of your fingers is in contact with the ground, All your knuckles are down, small puff of air underneath your palm. And the wrist creases are parallel with the front of the mat. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, press down into your hands, into your feet. Exhale, hinge your hips backwards and up. Bending your knees. Letting your first downward facing dog feel nice and juicy. Pedaling your feet out. When you bend your knees, that allows your pelvis to lift even higher. So taking a peek forward, making sure that your hands are symmetrical on either side, resting your head between your biceps, externally rotating your upper biceps towards the sky, making sure your feet are hip distance apart. Toes are spread, and taking the time to lengthen one heel leg towards the ground, bend your left knee, and then switch, lengthening your left leg and bending your right knee. Still in your child's pose. Coming forward all the way on your toes, reaching forward into plank position. Option to release down directly into your knees, otherwise staying up in high plank. Hands should be right underneath your shoulders. Head is coming forward, reaching forward through the crown, a slight tuck of your chin, pressing into your hands, doming through your upper shoulder blade. Pressing back through your heels, lifting your kneecaps, engaging your abdomen, feeling the shake. 2 more breaths. Feeling the engagement, not letting your pelvis drop towards the ground. And releasing your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, and releasing down in one long line. Placing your hands beside your face, tucking your elbows in. Feet are hip distance apart, coming into baby cobra. Inhaling, pressing down into your feet, pressing into your pelvis, and using your back muscles to lift your upper body. Rolling your shoulder blades back and down. Option to hover your hands off the mat. Press down into your feet, lift your upper body. 1 more breath. Exhale, releasing down. Placing your hands beside your shoulders, pressing back through tabletop, and lifting into downward facing dog. Looking forward, start to walk your feet towards your hands all the way to the front of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart, releasing your crown towards the ground, lifting your pelvis towards the sky, coming into your first forward fold. If you don't already have your blocks here, bring your blocks to the front of your mat. An option to use your blocks when you're in a forward fold. Bend your knees so that your belly is closer to your thighs. Raise your sitting bones towards the sky. Release your head. No wrinkles in the back of your neck. Inhale, flowing up to halfway lift. Bending your knees so that you're reaching forward in one long line from your crown to your sitting bones. Exhale, release back into forward fold. And inhale as you walk your hands all the way up your body. Your head is the last to rise. And when you get to the top, sweep your arms up, looking up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing your eyes. Feeling your hands pressing together, your thumbs pressing into the sternum of your chest. Your feet are hip distance apart, finding all 4 corners of your feet. Lifting through the arches of your feet, engaging the front of your thighs, lifting your kneecaps. Abdominals are strong. Shoulder blades are back and down. Tailbone reaching towards your feet. This is Shavasana. This is your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Look up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan. Hands go all the way up. Lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keep going all the way down into forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan, all the way up, reach up. Exhale, keep going all the way down. This time, finding opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll, just releasing your head between your biceps. Taking all the tension out of the neck, bending your knees, lifting your sitting bones towards the sky. Breathing deep all the way between your shoulder blades. Releasing your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, both hands down, reach back with your right foot. Release your right knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Inhaling, coming up, placing both your hands on top of your left thigh into a modified crescent lunge. Letting your hips come forward, your left knee sliding towards your left toes. Your hips are squared to the front of your mat. Breathing deep. This time, inhaling your arms up, reaching up to your fingertips, pressing down into your right shin. Exhale, taking hold of your blocks, folding forward, hinging your hips back, letting your left toes come towards the sky into half Hanumanasana. Let your body be heavy over top of your left leg. And do your best to keep your hips symmetrical. Another deep breath in, reaching your crown towards your left toes. And starting to move. Inhale, bend your left knee, come forward into modified crescent lunge. Exhale, sweeping back, hinging forward. Keep going. Coming forward, broadening through the chest. Exhale, hinging all the way back. One more time, coming forward, inhale your arms up, looking up, reaching up to your fingertips. Exhale, moving your blocks, placing your hands on either side, tucking your toes, pressing back to plank. Releasing your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, come all the way down. This time coming into Cobra, arms, hands right beside your shoulders. Inhale, press into your feet, press into your hands, gently lift your upper body. Shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, releasing all the way down, pressing back through tabletop and lifting to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, right foot to right hand. Release your left knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, bringing your hands on top of your right thigh. Squaring your hips, squaring your upper body to the front of your mat. Allowing your body to hinge forward. So not feeling the compression in your lower back. If you're feeling the compression, lift up out of the stance a bit. So there should be nothing compressing at the base of the spine, and if so, lift out of your pelvis. Okay, so finding your version. Keep going. Inhale your arms up, reaching up, looking forward. Exhale, finding your blocks, hinging back into half Hanumanasana. So letting your toes come towards the ceiling on your right foot, hinging your body forward over your right leg. Breathing deeply into the back of your right leg. 2 more breaths. Inhale, bend your right knee, coming forward. Hinging, looking forward, broadening through the chest. Exhale, hinging back, lifting your right toes. Inhale, keep going, coming forward. Feeling the motion as you go back and forth. Exhaling, bending over your right leg. Coming forward again, one more time. Hinging back, make it be juicy. And as you come forward this time, lifting your arms to the sky. Inhaling all the way up, reaching for your fingertips. Exhaling, hands back down, tucking your left toes, springing forward to the front of your mat, into halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, swan, reverse swan, all the way up. Hands together, exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, reach back with the left leg. Release the left knee to the mat, untuck your toes, this time straight up. Hands up, reaching up, inhaling. Exhaling, hands down, hinging forward for one time, half Hanumanasana. Coming forward, hands back up, inhaling, exhaling, hands down, coming up on your toes, press back to plank, releasing your knees to the mat, untuck all the way down. Inhaling to Cobra, lifting up, looking forward, exhale all the way down. Pressing back through tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up, exhale, left foot to left hand, releasing your left knee, your right knee to the mat. Inhale, arms up, reaching up. Exhale, hands down, half Hanumanasana, hinging back. Coming forward, inhale your hands back up. Exhale, hands down, tuck your right toes, hinge forward to the front of the mat, springing forward, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing your eyes. Feeling your heart start to pick up its beat and its tempo. Breathing deep. Releasing your arms down, reaching back up again, looking up, inhale, exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale, both hands down, step back to plank. Option as we flow to either release your knees and come down to one long line, coming back into Cobra, or option to tilt forward on your toes, bend your elbows through Chaturanga, one long line, get halfway down, flip your toes, and press up into your version of upward dog. Exhale, coming through tabletop or lifting your hips, meeting in downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Breathing deep. This time, inhaling your right leg back. Exhale, right foot to right hand, setting up for high lunge. So making sure that your foundation is on train tracks, not having one foot directly behind the other. So if you have to walk your left heel out to the left a little bit, that's fine. Inhale, bringing your hands up to your hips. High lunge. Hips are centered to the front of your mat. High on your left toes. Heel is directly over your toes. Right knee is bending to 90 degrees. Inhale, arms up. Reaching up to your fingertips. Head stacked over shoulders, over hips. Exalting your warrior, take your right hand to the back of your left thigh. Reaching your left hand to the sky. Broadening through the chest, leaning back. 2 more breaths. Inhale your right hand back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your left hand inside your right foot. And inhale your right arm up and over top of your head. So revolving to the right. Keeping your back leg nice and strong. No bend in the knee. Releasing your right hand down. Step back to plank, going through your Vinyasa. Or option to always skip the Vinyasa, meeting us in downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, left foot to left hand. High lunge on the other side. Inhaling, bringing your hands to your hips. Making sure you have a nice stable foundation. Tilting your pelvis, even if that means you put a really slight bend in your back knee. Inhale your arms up. Reaching up. Exalt your warrior. Left hand to the back of your right thigh. Slide your left hand down. Reach up with your right hand. Broadening your chest to the sky. 1 more breath. Feel your legs wobbling. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, coming forward, place your right hand inside your left foot. Inhale your left arm up and towards the sky. Revolving open to the left-hand side. Find the strength of your right leg. So pressing back, heels still directly over to your toes. Crown of your head reaching towards the front of your mat. Exhale your left hand down. Plant both hands, step back to plank and through your Vinyasa. upward dog or cobra, exhaling back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Option to take a child's pose. This time, walking your hands, if you're in child's pose, come back to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands towards your feet. Let your knees go to the side and come down into Malasana or squat position. So heels are in, toes are out towards the side. Take your feet nice and wide so that you have lots of room to bring your elbows inside your knees. So I'll move towards you a little bit. It's okay if you can't get down onto your heels, and it's a perfectly great option to even sit on a block. So whatever's most comfortable for you, find your version of squat or Malasana. Plant your left hand down in the inside of your right knee, right elbow in contact with your right knee. Inhale your left arm up, reaching up with your left fingertips, pressing down with your right hand. Option to spin your gaze to the ceiling. Exhale your left hand down, press firmly down into your left hand, feel the contact between your left elbow and your left knee, and spin your right arm up and over top of your head. So use the leverage of your left elbow to open up your left knee. Feel your collarbones opening to the sky. Exhale your right hand down. So setting up for crow, coming up onto your toes, walking your hands forward, fingertips apart, pressing up so that you're reaching up, arching through your back, looking forward, positioning your knees either in the pocket of your armpits or on the upper part of the back of your triceps, tilting forward, letting your knees rest on your upper arms, and then flexing your feet and bringing them up off the ground, balancing into crow. And it's okay if both your feet don't come up. It's a practice. So try it again. Looking forward, you don't want to look down. If you look down, you'll go down. So you want to be looking forward in the front of your mat. The key to it is pressing through your shoulder blades and lifting. So first bring your butt up, positioning your knees on the back of your biceps or as close up into your armpits. Press into your hands, looking forward, tilt forward, and either lift one foot, then the other, or just alternate. So lifting up as best you can. And if you don't get up, don't worry. You just keep sending the messages, try to fire the right muscles, and over time, you'll start to feel your body lift up. Release it down, come back into squat position. Bend your knees, looking forward, broadening through the chest, and then exhale, straighten your legs, come forward to a forward fold. Looking forward, walking your hands back out to downward facing dog. Coming forward into plank, releasing down through your flow. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. Looking forward, walking or hopping to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale to fold, all the way down. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, come back to plank. Go through your flow, skip the flow and meet in downward facing dog. Taking your time. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Inhale your right leg back. Stack your right hip on top of the left. Bend your right knee and lift your right knee to the ceiling. Making sure that you're pressing equally through your upper body, not collapsing through your left shoulder. Inhale your right leg straight. Exhale, right foot through to your right hand. Spin your left heel down for warrior two on a 90-degree angle. So the heel of your right foot in alignment with the arch of your left. Inhale your left arm back and your right arm forward, settling into your version of warrior two. Gazes over your right fingertips. Strong back leg. Pressing through the outer side of your left foot. Relax your shoulders. Right knee is bending as close to 90 degrees as you can. Reverse your warrior, flip your right palm, reaching back with your right hand, back behind you, bending strongly into your right knee, breathing into your right side body. Inhaling back to warrior two. Exhaling, bringing your right elbow to your right knee, or reaching down all the way to the floor or a block, and inhaling your left arm up and over top of your head. Reaching back through the left foot, reaching forward to the left fingertips. Option to spin your gaze to the ceiling. Not collapsing into your right leg. Inhale all the way up to warrior two. Nothing changes in the lower body. Release your shoulders, windmill your arms down. Pressing down, step back to plank, going through your Vinyasa. Taking your time. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Inhaling your right leg up. Exhaling, bringing your knee to your chest, and then placing your right foot out to the left-hand side. So coming into a revolving plank, feeling the plank in your whole upper body. So you're not in downward dog. Your right leg is directly out on the outside of your right foot, out to the left. Pressing back to your left heel, reaching forward to the crown, and opening up, coming onto the inside of your left foot and reaching your left hand towards the sky into falling triangle. Press down into your right hand, lift up with your left hand. Exhale, bring your left hand down, bring your right leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up, stacking your left hip on top of your right, left knee towards the ceiling. Taking a peek, making sure that you're not collapsing through your right shoulder. Lift your knee a little higher. Inhale your left leg straight. Exhale, bring your left foot through to your left hand, warrior two on the other side. So spin your right heel down on a 90-degree. Inhale your right arm up and back. Left arm forward into warrior two. Settle your breath. Take a peek down, make sure your left knee is tracking forward with your second and third toe on your left foot. Feel the strength. If your arms are getting tired, you can bend your elbows, but just keep your hands on your waist, or keeping your hands all the way out in full expression warrior. Reverse your warrior, flip your left palm up, reaching back, keeping your left knee bent. Feel the opening all the way from the left hip to the left fingers. One more breath. Inhale the warrior two. Exhale, left elbow to left knee or reach down to the block or the ground. And inhale your right arm up and over top of your head. Extended side angle. Option to spin your gaze to the ceiling, looking underneath your right armpit. Feeling the strength, finding the strength in your legs. Feel the shake. Inhale, coming back up to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your arms down, step back to plank or skip the flow and meet in downward facing dog. Pressing back into downward dog. Adjusting your hands, making sure you're set up nicely. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, bring your left knee forward. Kick it out to the right hand side. Coming forward to plank. So your left leg is on the outside of your left foot, pressing into the ground. Right leg is straight back. And rolling on to the inside of your right foot, extending your right hand to the sky into fallen triangle. Exhale your right hand down, bring your left leg back, and release down into child's pose. Knees apart, hips coming all the way back towards your feet, and releasing your head to the mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose, a long clearing breath through your mouth. One more deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. 4 more breaths. Lifting your head, setting your hands back up for downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and lift your hips, pressing back into downward facing dog. Looking forward, stepping or walking to the front of your mat, coming into halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan. Reach up, take up space, all the way up. Exhale, folding all the way forward. This time sweeping both your hands up into chair pose. So bringing your hands up, sitting back. Option to just bring your hands to heart center, whatever feels more comfortable for you. So either your knees are together, your feet are together, or your feet are hip distance apart and your knees are hip distance apart. Settling back into your heels, keeping your chest nice and high, or option to bring your hands forward, whatever's most comfortable for you. Go a little deeper, making sure you can see your toes. Bringing your hands to heart center, twisting to the right. So left knee on the outside of your right knee, pressing into your elbows, palms together, revolving your body open to the right hand side. Head is above your heart. Sit back in your heels. One more breath. Coming back to center, arms up. Come on up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sweeping your arms up, looking up, settling back into chair. Looking forward. Keeping your arms nice and wide, relaxing through the shoulder. Go a little deeper. Inhale your hands to heart center. Exhale, twisting to the left-hand side. So placing your right elbow on the outside of your left knee, press into your knee, press into the palms of your hands, revolve your body open to the left. Sit a little deeper, drop your hips a little more. One more breath. Releasing the twist, back up into chair, straighten your legs, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing your hands on either side. Inhale your arms up. Exhale the hands to heart center. So going into tree pose. Just gonna turn so you can see me. Setting up, pressing firmly into your left leg. Bend your right knee. Option to bring the sole of your right foot to your ankle, to the inside of your left thigh, or above your left knee, Hips are squared to the front of the mat. Finding your strength. When you're ready, bringing your hands to heart center. Option to grow your branches, lifting your gaze any amount. Just remembering how strong you are. Noticing how kindly you're speaking to yourself, how appreciative you are, how much compassion you have for yourself. Bringing your hands to heart center. Releasing your right foot, but holding your knee up in the air. Crossing your right ankle over your left, sitting back into chair. So doing a figure 4, option to keep your hands at heart center or placing them on either side of your legs, flexing your right foot, sitting back into your left heel, broadening through the chest, doing your best to square your hips to the front of the mat. Sit a little lower. It's Saturday. Saturdays we move. Inhale, stand up, releasing your right foot, and exhale, bringing it to the mat. Inhale, your arms up. Look up. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Shake it up for a second. So pressing firmly into your right foot this time, finding your version of tree pose on the other side. Trying to mirror what you did on the other side. And finding the effort and the ease. So as much as you're pressing your right foot into the ground, you are matching that with the pressure of your left foot into your right thigh. So you're finding the resistance and you're finding the ease. Inhale and grow your branches. See how much stillness you can find. Option to close your eyes. Bringing your hands to heart center if they aren't already. Releasing your left foot from the inside of your right thigh. Bringing it forward and then crossing your left ankle over top of your right thigh and sitting back into your right leg. Flexing your left foot, broadening through the chest. So doing a figure 4 on your right leg. Seeing if you can create some symmetry in your pelvis. Hinging back. So you can feel the weight in the back of your right foot. Keeping your heart, your head above your heart. Sit a little deeper. One more breath. Press down into your foot, lift your left leg off, release it to the mat. Inhale, slowly reach your hands up to the ceiling, looking up, and exhale, bringing it to heart center. Starting to flow a little bit more, reach down, look up, reach up. Exhale to fold all the way into forward fold. Releasing into forward fold, placing your feet hip distance apart, and walking your hands underneath the front of your feet. So placing the back of your hands on the ground, stepping your feet onto the palms of your hand, all the way up to your wrist creases. Releasing your head between your biceps, bending your knees any amount. Feeling the weight of your body onto your palms. It's a really nice stretch for your wrists. Releasing your hands from underneath your feet. Inhaling to halfway lift. Exhaling, both hands down, stepping back to plank, going through your flow or skipping the flow and meeting us in downward facing dog. And if you're doing a full chaturanga all the way to upward dog and you're starting to lose your alignment, you're losing your strength, it's always a better option to go down on your knees and come up into Cobra and making sure that you're respecting your body and not creating injury. 2 deep breaths in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale your right foot forward through to your right hand. Spin your left heel down into warrior 2. Inhaling your arms out. So finding your last deeper version of warrior 2. Releasing down, flipping your palms to the sky, releasing your shoulders. So making more space between your shoulders and your ears. Reverse your warrior, reach back with your right hand. Inhale to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. So hand releasing to the floor. Inhaling your left arm up over your head or releasing your right elbow to your right knee. Finding the space. See if you can draw the strength out of your legs and not so much into your arms. One more breath. Inhaling back to warrior 2. You've got this. Straightening your right leg. Hinging forward, reaching forward with your right hand and releasing your right hand to your shin, your ankle, the block of the ground, and opening up into triangle. Left hand reaching up. Option to look down to the ground or extend your gaze to the sky. Right leg is straight, left leg is straight. Nice and long, all the way through both sides of your torso. Exhale, release your left hand down, bending your knees, setting your hands down and stepping back to plank and going through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, left foot through to your left hand, spin your right heel down. Inhale into warrior 2. Last side. Making sure your left knee's not collapsing in. Spinning both palms to the ceiling, releasing to the shoulder blades. Your gaze is over top of your left fingers. Reverse your warrior. Reach back with your left hand, up and over top of your head. Inhale to warrior 2. Exhale to extended side angle. So hand to your left elbow to your left knee, or all the way to the ground and reach your right hand up and over top of your head. Deep breath into your right rib cage. You've got this. Inhale back to warrior 2. Straighten your left leg. Hinging forward, reaching forward with your left hand. When you can't go any further, releasing your left hand to your shin, your ankle, or the ground. Opening up with triangle on your left, reaching up with your right hand. Option to spin your gaze to the ceiling. Releasing your right hand down, bend your left knee. Reach back for plank or skip. Go through your vinyasa. Inhaling to Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Setting up for pigeon, inhaling your right leg back. Exhale, bring your right knee through to your right wrist. Walking your left leg back. If you already know that this is uncomfortable on your knees, you're gonna go onto your back and set up for figure 4, just like we did a couple times already in practice, and I'll cue it a bit better in a moment. If you're going into full pigeon, before you come forward, I want you to sit up nice and tall onto your fingertips. Squaring your hips to the front of the mat. If you need to, walk your left leg back a little bit more. Right knee is outside of your right hip. Inhale for length. Exhale, bend your elbows. Walking your body forward. Either releasing down onto your forearms, onto blocks, or all the way down, resting your forehead on the ground. If you find that your right hip is really far up, then just take a block or a rolled up blanket and just slide it underneath your right hip to give you some balance. And that way you can create some more symmetry in your pelvis. One more breath. Starting to walk your hands up. If you have a prop underneath you, just remove it. If you're in figure 4, just release your legs, stay on your back. Place your hands on either side of your right knee, tuck your toes, come back into downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet, swaying your hips from side to side. When you're ready, inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to left wrist. Walk your right foot back, untuck your toes. Find your length first. Inhaling, broadening your chest to the front of your mat. And then exhaling as you start to slowly walk your body forward. Settling down into your version. If you need to use a prop, try it. So as much as we spend quite a few breaths, 10 breaths or so in Pigeon, do your best to keep your head and your heart in the room. So soften your mind, soften your breath. But do your best to move your breath to those areas where you feel the most tension. So our usual is to kind of run away from where we feel discomfort or tension. But instead, see if you can just move your breath a little deeper into those areas. Find some softness where you can find softness. Two more breaths. If you have a prop, just remove your prop. Tuck your right toes under. Bring your hands on either side of your left knee. Press into your hands, lift your hips, and come back into downward facing dog. Pedaling it out. And if you're on your back, just bring your knees into your chest. Give a big squeeze, rocking from side to side. And if you're in downward facing dog, lifting your head, walking your feet through, and coming to lie on your back. So setting up for bridge, you have a few options. If you're absolutely done with the effort, then you can use a block, a book, or something to prop up your pelvis. Whatever you're going to be doing for this portion of the practice, just lie back onto your back. Tuck your shoulder blades under a little bit. Bring your feet close to your sitting bones. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands are resting down on either side of your body, palms down. Inhaling, pressing down into your feet, lifting your hips towards the sky. And if you're using a block, we're going to do 3 rounds. So if you're using a block, taking the block and resting it on the long side across the mat under your pelvis, releasing your sacrum down, opening your arms up to the side. For the rest of us, you're pressing firmly into your feet, lifting your hips. Option to interlace your hands underneath your body and then rolling from side to side as you tuck your shoulder blades under. Press into your hands, press into your feet, lift a little higher. Keeping your head in the center, chest is rising towards your chin. Feeling your strength through your legs. Push a little harder, lift a little more. Releasing your hands, exhaling and rolling your body down 1 vertebrae at a time. Taking your feet to either side of your yoga mat, releasing your knees inward, resting your palms on your belly. If you have wheel in your practice, you can do wheel for your next version. I'm not going to cue it because I feel like if we're online, it's not the best way to teach wheel. But if you already have wheel in your practice, you can go ahead and press up into wheel and take as many breaths as you can. Try and get towards 5 breaths. But otherwise, you can go into constructive rest with your bridge with a block, or set up for your second set, bringing your feet hip distance apart, hands down on either side. Press down into your feet, lift your hips, interlacing your hands underneath, tucking your shoulder blades, pressing firmly into your feet, lifting your hips up. Option to stay here or press firmly into your left foot, inhaling your right knee towards your chest, exhaling, pressing your right heel towards the ceiling, keeping your hips nice and level. Pressing down with your left foot, lifting, pressing forward with your right heel. Exhale, bend your right knee, place it down on the ground, create some lift. Bring your left knee into your chest, extend your leg, pressing up through your left heel, finding the height, feeling your leg shake, releasing your left foot to the mat, releasing your hands and rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. Taking your feet wide, knees knocked in. Close your eyes for a moment. 1 last version. Remember, Saturdays are for strength. All right, bring your feet back. So either going to wheel, using your block, or getting ready to press up into bridge. Inhale, press down into your feet, lift your hips. Bring your hands interlaced underneath you, tucking your shoulder blades, lifting your hips. Press down just a little more firmly into your feet, raising your pelvis a little higher. Making sure that your knees are tracking forward of your hips. 1 more deep breath in, lift a little higher. And exhale, release your hands, come all the way down. Take a moment to let your feet go wide, knees go in. And then inhale your knees in, reaching through for happy baby, placing your hands on the outside of your feet, bending your knees to 90 degrees, flex your feet. Bring your knees nice and wide all the way out to your armpits. Press your feet into your hands into your feet. An option to rock back and forth. Releasing your feet. Bringing your knees back in. Interlacing your forearms in the front of your shins. Squeezing in, lifting your forehead to your knees. Squeezing into a deep ball. And releasing your head all the way back down to the mat. Keeping your right knee in, extending your left leg long. Flexing both your feet. And straightening your right leg any amount towards the sky. Coming back into the beginning of our practice. Holding on to the back of our thigh, the back of our calf. Drawing your right toes towards your head any amount. An option to use a strap if you have a strap and you prefer to do that. Loop the strap over the ball of your foot, but not necessary. Reaching up maybe a little higher. Drawing your foot a little closer to your head. And this time, reaching up, drawing your forehead towards your leg. Option to float your left foot. Reaching up, bend your elbow. Breathing deep. One more breath. Exhaling all the way back down. Bend your right knee. Release your left heel to the mat. Bring your left knee in to meet your right. Hold on to your left. Extend your right leg straight out. Inhale, lengthen your left leg towards the sky. Finding some space in the back of your left thigh or the back of your left calf, and gently drawing your toes towards your nose. Keeping your tailbone on the ground. Walking your hands up just a little more, but relaxing your shoulders onto the mat. Flexing both your feet. This time drawing your head all the way up, bringing your forehead towards your calf. Option to hover your right heel, bending your elbows. One more breath. Exhale, release your right heel down, bending your left knee, drawing both your knees in. Squeeze them in, and then releasing both your knees to the left-hand side. And opening your right arm up to the right-hand side, palm to the sky, and spinning your gaze over your right hand. Resting your left palm on top of your right thigh. Doing your best to stack your knees one on top of the other. Bringing your gaze to neutral, inhaling both your legs back up, squeezing them in. Exhaling, releasing both your knees to the right-hand side. Opening your shoulder up to the left, reaching your left palm all the way out, shoulder height, palm to the ceiling. An option to bring your gaze over your left hand. Feeling the opening all the way down the left-hand side. Bring your gaze up to neutral. Inhale your knees back up. Give them one more squeeze. And do whatever movement or posture or anything you want to do before you come to your Shavasana. And when you're ready, lengthening your legs out, taking up lots of space. Making sure nothing is touching you on the mat. Maybe even taking a moment to put on the sweater, cover your toes, drape the blanket over you. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your back. Take your hands nice and wide. Palms to the ceiling. And close your eyes. Releasing your breath. Softening your face. I'm going to read Let It Go from an unknown author. Just keep your eyes closed. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations, let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate amounts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. Drawing your heels together, reaching out through the balls of your feet. Inhale your arms up and over top of your head. Take a big, deep stretch, lifting your ribs to the sky and exhaling. Drawing your knees into your chest, rolling onto your right hand side. Resting your head on your right arm. Hugging your knees in nice and tight. When you're ready, pressing into your left palm, keeping your eyes closed, coming to sit in a comfortable seat, cross-legged seated position. Resting your palms in your lap, finding the length. When you're ready, reaching your arms up, gathering the energy, lifting your face to the sky, arms all the way up, palms meet. Exhale, bring your hands all the way through heart center and bow forward. Thanking yourself for showing up for yourself today. And from my heart to yours, Namaste. You did it. Hello, everyone. You are so welcome. I know that was a lot of movement today. Saturdays are for movement. It's great to find your strength. I hope that you remember how strong you are and that you gave yourself what you needed today. You're welcome, Kathy. Hopping in. Jody, you're so welcome. So great to see you. Thanks, Kim. Mary, you made it through to the end. I know sometimes with online classes, there's accountability, but there isn't. That's just the way it is. And sometimes you just end up ending it, and that's okay. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Shelly. You made it. You're welcome, Patty. You feel like $1 million. Well, hot damn, isn't that awesome, Lana? Nourish yourself in whatever way feels good. You are so welcome. Yeah. Elsa, this is awesome. Hi, Jennifer. It's exactly what you needed. Thank you for giving me a reason to show up on my mat today. And each one of you are the reason that I'm here. And you don't know this, what Paul was doing his practice right here. You might have seen a hand come across the screen at some time. You're welcome, Karen. Have an amazing day. And as always, I will post upcoming classes. I usually do them twice a week. And I'll post them mostly on my Instagram stories, but I try and also put them on my Facebook page. Have an amazing day, and I will see you all soon.